Twitter is one piece, I think, of social action that can lead to a revolution.
So we can ask, what is the responsibility of such an efficient media communicative source?
That's a hard call. I mean, they have algorithms. They have the ability to censor hashtags that are gaining popularity or not, as is their,
Well, who's
as they
they?
want. The people, the
They.
programmers, the programmers who create the algorithms. The people in charge of Twitter.
Trends all about Justin Bieber if they didn't censor stuff.
So there are ethical issues that arise with how Twitter is used and how news is disseminated and what choices are made.
Because I had to ask Biz Stone, co-founder of Twitter, what he thought about people referring to these revolutions as Twitter revolutions. Check it out.
We were getting lumped into the headlines with every important thing that was going on in the world. But I made sure to tell people at Twitter, because the newspapers were calling it the Twitter revolution and all this stuff. I said, it's not the Twitter revolution. You gotta keep in mind, everybody, that these people are bleeding in the streets. These people are dying. They reached for the closest tool. And we happen to
So it's not even about Twitter.
We happen to be there at the right place, right time, but let's not say to ourselves, we're doing this. So I was getting invited to go on all these, evening talk shows and all this stuff, and I said, no, this would be inappropriate. First of all, I don't know anything about what's going on, so I'm gonna look like an idiot.
They'll ask you to comment on international politics.
What do I know about it?
Right.
Second of all, these people are dying and bleeding and suffering and
They're desperate.
And I'm not gonna hawk my wares on the back of that. So I wrote but at the same time, I was getting sort of pressure from my board, like, hey man, you gotta go on these shows, and we've gotta grow and are you some kind of idiot? And I was kind of stuck because
The board has to do what boards do, and that's
maximize
grow the
value.
company,
Yeah.
right? And so what did you do?
So I felt that I shouldn't. My gut told me don't go on these shows, but I also didn't want to piss off all these media folks because I do want to go on the shows later, and I do want to hype up the product and get the brand out there and everything else. So I lucked out with one word. I chose one word that was the appropriate word, which was inappropriate. I said, I feel it would be inappropriate for me to come on the program and talk about this. And that worked because I got back universally another one-word answer from a lot of these producers was understood. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, yes, that worked. Because later on I did go on all those shows, but for brighter, sunnier things, and I didn't. Obviously, it was inappropriate, and anyone who at the time was going on there and claiming that they're I said the Berlin Wall, when the Berlin Wall fell, were telephones used? Yes. Did AT&T say we brought down the Berlin Wall?
Right.
No, but were phone calls made? Sure.